Good morning. Y'all have a lot of people come in the Lawnmower Boneyard with motor problems. It's real common, especially with these Briggs & Stratton overhead valve motors. I'm seeing a lot of problems with the valves getting out of adjustment. When the valves get out of adjustment, it locks these motors down, and people have a tendency to want to think that their motor's no good no more. Best thing to do is take the spark plug out of it. When you take the spark plug out of it, that'll release the compression in the motor, and it'll let you know if it's a valve job, which should run you about $45 or $50, or there is a broke rod or something in there. I highly recommend that you do that before you even start thinking about doing this. I'm going to run some prices by y'all. If you decide to go that way, you need to check all your wear points, make sure that's the only problem you got and everything's good. You need to check the front axle, the blade, the belt spindles, and on your transaxle, make sure there's no slack or no kind of problem with the transaxle. And then if you decide to go with it, this is just some prices. Y'all, this is what my intention on this channel to do, is to just give y'all a feel for what something like this costs and the difficulty factor involved in it. That's what I'm thinking about doing with the YouTube channel. So here's your prices. All right, if you go with a new motor with something like this, you're looking at about $500 for the 17 horsepower motor, Briggs & Stratton. That's buying it online. Now there's a plus and minus factor in that, and it varies some. The shop hour rates on replacing something like this at a shop, you're looking at about 3 hours. You're looking at about $65 an hour, plus or minus $20 on your labor rates. At the end of the day, if you have to replace a motor on a residential, you're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of $700 an hour, plus or minus. Now, the only way that you can come out on a residential mower doing something like this is to get a long block. I don't sell too many of them here at the shop, but this is what a long block is. I run a compression test on them. Compression's got to be over 100 before I'll even sell it. I take the carburetor, the coil, and the starter. I want to touch on this starter, y'all. These starters have got two different bendix gears. They've got a metal and a plastic bendix gear. They will not interchange due to the flywheel. And I have a lot of people coming here that want to put a metal bendix gear on these things where a plastic one. They've got a different tooth count, y'all. It doesn't work. All right, if you do it yourself, your long block is going to run you about $100 plus or minus a little bit. Down here I've got, when you do it yourself, you got some blood, sweat, and tears involved in it. But if you got your time and you don't mind getting involved in something like this, you can go that way. Really the only way to do it. All right, here it is, the difficulty factor. On doing something like this with replacing the motors, there is a difficulty factor, and I'm going to rate that about 75 or 80. It depends on what you got in your shop, if you got the way to get the motor pulled and all your tools involved in it. Here's the main one, Pandora's box. It has got a big Pandora's box in it. So many times when you start in a project like this, you run across problems with electrical harnesses. Anything from the solenoid on the bottom of the carburetor, to your key switch, to your safeties on your seat, to the safeties on your backup lever on your transaxle. You know, just take something like this into consideration before you undertake a project like this. Y'all, this is what I'm wanting to bring to the YouTube channel, is the prices and the time involved in it. There's a lot of people that haven't got any kind of feel or knowledge about that, and I'm wanting to pass it on to y'all. If y'all feel good about this, let me know and share it where I can get a feel, because right now I'm trying to make up my mind if I want to go buy a new camera to do this, but I'm just not sure. Let me know what you think about it, because I do look at the likes on it and to get my opinion. Appreciate y'all.